Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker. I wanted to speak in response to the ACT Government's response to the JACS Committee Dangerous Driving Inquiry. This inquiry was what I would personally describe as the most important inquiry we've done in JACS. Why it was so important was that innocent people and children had lost their lives. People had sustained lifelong, life-altering injuries, and despite this, there were still people that continued to get in cars and drive in a way that presents a significant risk to our community. I would like to briefly point to three concerns I have with the response. Recommendation 1 required a review of sentences to determine if there was a downward trend in lighter sentences. The Attorney-General considered that recommendation agreed and completed, and has repeatedly resisted any engagement in questions raised about this. It feels a bit of an insult in what was presented as 3.5 years of data over COVID of conflated sentencing data. It provides no data on custodial versus non-custodial. It provides no breakdown of incarceration, intensive correction orders or suspended sentences or drug and alcohol treatment orders. Nothing in this response suggests a genuine attempt to understand the data. I have significant concerns about the Law Reform and Sentencing Advisory Council that has taken over a year to establish, made up of members that are largely already senior members of the ACT Government. The Law Reform and Sentencing Advisory Council is mentioned multiple times in the dangerous driving response, suggesting that the Attorney-General views this council as providing many of the answers to the questions raised by the inquiry. But the committee and the community requires those answers now, requires that this work be viewed as urgent and prioritised. The problem is, there is a group of people in our community who repeatedly drive cars with absolutely no respect for the safety of the community. They disrespect our police, they flout our bail laws and our court system, and they kill and seriously injure innocent people. My final concern I would like to raise today is in response to recommendation number 5, regarding the introduction of a neutral presumption of bail for serious dangerous driving offences. I want to make the argument strongly in response that the bail amendment bill should be passed. Addressing the arguments made by the Attorney's response, the offences of culpable driving of a motor vehicle and driving a motor vehicle at police are consistent with the other crimes that sit under Schedule 1 at maximum sentences of 14 to 16 years. I stand by the inclusion of the offences of furious, reckless or dangerous driving because I believe that is where the evidence suggests a problem exists. This offence is the most serious driving offence in the Road Transport Safety and Traffic Management Act, with a repeat aggravated offender facing 5 years in prison, which is consistent with other Schedule 1 crimes. But it shouldn't be about the penalties, it should be about the evidence. ACT police data reports the aggravated offence of furious, reckless, dangerous driving as the most common dangerous driving offence on our roads. I will repeat, the worst dangerous driving offence done in the worst way, the most aggravating factors and done repeatedly is the most common dangerous driving offence. It was 4 times the highest offence. Operation Torek has also highlighted over the 9-month period that they made 248 apprehensions. 63% of the alleged offenders were on bail or subject to good behaviour obligations. These people are repeat aggravated offenders that gravely put the general public and innocent people at risk. I don't care to see more people in detention. I think detention only leads to worse outcomes, and arguably interventions through the criminal justice system are too late. But there has to be intervention. The status quo is not okay. If the data if used, provides us with some insight. We know who these people are. We know what they do, and we know they keep doing it. So, Attorney-General, what are you going to do? Thank you.